What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with another episode of Dream Daddy. Last time we continued going on second dates with some of the dads by going on a second date with Robert, which was, in Amy's opinion, somewhat uneventful.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was uneventful. It was definitely eventful.
Sorry, less interesting.
Not in a good way.
Sure. We are otherwise... At this point, just to remind everybody at home who may have missed it or just wants a refresher, we have now gone on 2 dates with Joseph, Robert, Brian, Matt, and Craig, and 1 date apiece with Damien and Hugo. So Amy, as always, the question on everybody's mind is, which dad are we messaging next?
I think you're going to be surprised about this one.
Okay.
Robert.
Ooh, okay. Why do you say Robert?
Because I want to find out what's going on with him.
Okay. Last time you were kind of questioning where his kid is, and
yeah,
because he kind of got really depressed towards the end of the last date.
Right.
Okay.
And, we made light of it ultimately, but I, would like to get to the actual stuff. He lies about mostly everything. So I'd like to have some honesty in there.
Okay. All right, so let's see what we can do first. I'm actually going to do this. We haven't really done this. Okay, we're good. Let's do it. You know what they say about third dates. They get pretty serious. You might not have time to browse Dad Book for a while. Are you ready?
Oh. Oh.
What's going through your head? What's wrong?
Like, does that mean we're not going to be able to date the other dads a third time?
Maybe.
Oh, shit. Or like any of the other dads after this one.
Maybe.
Oh, crap.
But again, we did just save it on purpose.
Okay. So would we be able to go back to that point?
I hope so.
Oh. Let's do it.
You can save bookmarks directly to your desktop. Did you know that, Amy? Amy's been doing just that very recently. And had been for a long time. It's not like a new thing, but that just happened to be something that we were doing recently.
I'm one of those people who has like 20 tabs open at any given time, and then I'm like yelling when my computer's slow. So Joe was literally sitting there going, You realize you're a fucking idiot, right?
Whoa!
And
I was not literally doing that at all. Let's use literally correctly. Holy crap!
But you were basically doing that. So,
I was like, oh good, she's walking it back. I won't seem like that much of an asshole. And then you're like, but you were basically doing that.
No.
Okay, cool. Well, we're here now.
Being an asshole.
Jesus.
I was being an asshole because I was expecting my computer to function, and it could not. And it was my fault. So,
wow.
What happened was I saved some things as bookmarks. I saved some things to my desktop, and now the tabs are gone.
Yeah, which is good.
Cool story.
So you can actually, you can finally, shut down your computer and let some of that memory, go back to normal. Anyway, let's find out what's going on with Robert, shall we?
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Robert since that night we drove out to his thinking spot. He seemed unusually somber then, like more so than the usual amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about him and hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Peter. Hey, Peter. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? I take a look at my Dad Book messages. There's a flurry of them from Robert. Yes, it's you. Also me, but mostly you.
Yes.
So, yeah, dude, right now or why?
Right now? It's daytime.
I type back to Robert. I can't right now. Rain check? Not now. Later. Seriously? Advance notice? Yeah. 8 p.m., Jim and Kim's? Sure, man. Not that I'm unappreciative, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out.
Right? More like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Peter, I'm outside.
He comes out with no pants on.
Amanda pops her head into the hallway, music I don't recognize blaring from her room.
So it's not My Chemical Romance.
What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who is my friend. I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People enjoy my company, Amanda.
That is something this dude should boast because lame as shit.
Dad, I'm so happy for your continued development as a human being.
Aw.
What are you listening to? Sad shit. Amanda, language, what would Grandma think, or I don't give a fuck anymore.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Wow. Amanda, you know what? You're an adult now. I gave it an earnest effort for all 18 years of your life. Go forth and swear. Fuck yeah! I really hope I don't regret this later. Hey, we got an achievement. Let Amanda say censored. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad shit. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It actually seems like he combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. You take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence.
Yep.
We both stand there. Jesus. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To you, to us, to toast.
Oh no. To you?
Here's to your continued existence.
Nice.
Hey, he liked that. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his, rather than his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back as quickly as possible. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we go burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. Mary. It's definitely not as fun if it's abandoned. Mary pops over to the back of the booth, a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call? Sorry, figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. Yeah, it is funny.
Oh, it's a guy sitting across from her. I thought she meant one of us.
Oh, yeah, so did I for a second.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But if it's a random guy, then it ain't.
And besides, Damien's clearly the vampire in this community, not Mary.
I don't think so.
I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves meekly. You replacing me with the new kid? Mary, I could never replace you, whether I wanted to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. The guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She eyes Robert's clean-pressed clothes up and down, suspiciously. What, do you got a court date coming up? He does. He looks handsome, or he'd never convince the jury.
He'd never convince the jury.
He would have had to shave first. You like that too. Seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares down at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctor says it's cirrhosis of the liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit it with the sauce, but it's all he's ever known, especially since Ma's gone. Jesus Christ.
He's lying again.
Of course he's lying again. What
He's
the
the
hell?
one with cirrhosis of the liver. Both of these two.
That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Oh, come on. Peter, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke around about is his pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey, eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend in Acapulco. They watch the sunset every night. Probably screw like donkeys.
I fucking knew it. This
So did
bastard didn't fool me.
Wait, aren't rabbits the ones who screw a lot? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot.
Of course he is. We all are.
Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides it away from him. He gets up out of the booth. Me and Peter are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap she's been hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyways. We exit the bar and find the typically empty street filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up at his face for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost tours. They do that in this part of town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know all
Same.
You know all the stories are fake, right? Pretty much all my stories are fake. This is research.
Yep.
Robert makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Come on. We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, Peter. Just act like you belong. Robert sidles up to the tour group. I reluctantly fall into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Oh my god.
Tour Master Quinn.
Yes.
Do it up.
Amazing. Hey, I was in this place in 1694. Or it was, thank you. I'm going to try this again. Sorry, everybody. I was just so excited that we got Tour Master Quinn again. Hey! It was in this place in 1694 that the most infamous witch trials were held. To date, we do not know if the people burned at the stake were actually witches, but it's widely reported that their ghosts still haunt this hapless dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over by the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? Daniel McSturgis, ghost historian.
Yes. I thought he was actually correcting him.
And this is my colleague, Dr. 80s reference, 90s reference, 2000s reference, or contemporary reference.
90s reference.
Dr. Prescott, paranormal investigator extraordinaire. We're touring America's most haunted locations as research for our new book. You may have seen our guest cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. A couple of people in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this.
I am so sad.
Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Oh.
They've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon over there. The man who runs it's been plagued by hauntings ever since he signed the lease. Damn near driven him mad. But whatever you want to say is cool, I guess. It's your tour.
Hey.
Man, didn't know that about Matt. What? Oh, the Coffee Spoon. Gotcha. Wait, Robert's making this up.
God.
That's awesome. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell that he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This poor guy.
Dressing himself in the morning makes him flustered, I feel like.
I think just waking up in the morning makes him flustered.
Thank you for your contribution and knowledge, Mr. McSturgis. Does he correct him and say it's Dr. McSturgis? Let's move on to the next haunted location. He doesn't. Okay. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. That tour guide's shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if we make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulders. I need that t-shirt.
What a fucking doof.
Well, guess we're in this for the long haul then. Just follow my lead, don't arouse too much suspicion, and we'll have cool ghost shirts in no time.
That's the good stuff.
Our group arrives at an old, decrepit, colonial-style house.
Yes.
A quick pause in the tour. My name's Quinn, but most people on the ghost tour circuit call me Tour Master Quinn. I'm a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor. I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional vaudevillian mime work.
Amazing.
Wow. I
I love all of it.
I bet you it's definitely one of those sad mimes with like the fake teardrop makeup on their face, but
Nah, they just murdered someone.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Tourmaster Quinn gives out headshots to all of us. His resume is on the back. Stage combat experience. Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was wildly popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote such classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwilliam's Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Reginald Barclay. She unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people have reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic where the ghost of Ms. Pembridge continues work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work.
Yeah. I actually like that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down with it.
I am sad.
No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes. Actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was a murder-suicide. Jesus.
Hey!
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption. Sure. And we definitely didn't hire Stanley Kubrick to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand. It's not for the faint of heart. Can we?
I'm so sad.
I think everyone would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say. Right, everybody? Oh. The group murmurs in agreement. This is a topic we cover extensively in our book. Dr. Prescott, would you care to tell this story? Riff something highbrow, go with something I know, or rely on amazing improv comedy skills.
Rely on amazing improv comedy skills.
There is no way this works out for us.
Shit.
I try to remember something, anything from the improvisational comedy class that I took one semester in college. I took that one semester in college. Yes. So, Dorothy Pembridge. Dorothy Pembridge was writing a lot of books. Yes. And I'm gonna need a word from the audience. Any word.
Is this a magic trick?
That's improv. You get prompts from the audience and then turn it into a scene.
Oh my god.
He even said yes and, which is like the most classic thing. Tourmaster Quinn. Ghost. Yes. And ghost. Ghost and...
Oh my god.
I look over to Robert. I think this is the part where he's supposed to come tap me on the shoulder and jump into the scene, but he's just staring at me. Everyone is staring at me. And scene. Thank you very much, everybody.
Oh my god, you suck.
Our story
Fuck
was
you, Peter.
Our,
You suck.
our story was Dorothy Pembridge and I'm gonna need a word from the audience. Ghost.
I hate you.
That was our whole
You're
story.
terrible.
I told you
Get
this
out
was
of here.
not gonna work out well for us. Yeah. Robert looks completely disgusted. Mary gives me a thumbs down. But I think I got in good with Tourmaster Quinn, so there's that. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and addresses us with some razzle-dazzle. Ha ha! What an interesting story.
Rest, buddy.
Now, I just want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anyone thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves. Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps him on the shoulder. Hey, kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar is haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted place in town. Is it her vagina?
Probably.
It's gotta be her vagina.
Only ghosts go there.
I think I could exorcise your
Men
demons.
go there to die.
Well, this guy's playing along. I think I could exorcise your demons if that's what you're looking for. Don't write checks your dick can't cash, kid.
Shit.
Jesus Christ, Mary.
Definitely said that to someone.
Who has said that to
Except
someone?
I have, without the kid at the end.
His eyes go wide. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls me into a hug and murmurs into my ear. When you've known Robert for as long as I have, you know... Rob, excuse me. When you've known Rob for as long as I have, you know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for me tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats me on the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street.
Hey.
Take it sleazy, fellas. God help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Both. Our last stop. This burial ground is such a hotbed of horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the Wharf Man, the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. What about the Dover ghost? By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with
I
us.
am so sad.
What about it? Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all the way out to the cemetery, the actual origin of one of New England's most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons about paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area. I can guarantee there's one you don't know. Robert looks over at me and smiles. Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Prescott and I met?
Whoa.
No! The entire group shushes the tour guide. Okay, fine. Tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when, I was just
That's the good stuff.
Bible salesman, traveling grifter, or carnival barker.
Traveling grifter.
Yep. Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor, actually also taking from the poor.
Oh.
I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Maple Bay quite by accident, but little did I know that this city has a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait. Yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter?
Hey.
Well, I don't like to name drop, but Georgia Mathers. The tour group gasps.
Hey!
Georgia Mathers, she's a legend. You know her? Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie. Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we'd been warned by the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgia was never one to stray away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman. Wailing ghost of the Wharf Man. Whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost, man. Tell him, Prescott.
Hey.
So, there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of selling Bibles, working a couple short cons, or running the dunk tank.
Working a couple short cons.
To go along with the
Right.
same backstory. Classic pigeon drop scam. putting out feelers for a rip deal. I was going to steal a baby, probably. Would have made me rich. Jesus. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard, and I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Georgia and I were conducting a seance at the mausoleum. At first, things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Playing back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word.
Really?
Run.
Hey.
The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening, some kind of demented howl.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt it. Someone, something, grabbing my ankle. Robert has the whole crowd hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only cried twice in my life. Once was at the birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. Wasn't sure where it was taking me, but knew it was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was gonna die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran into the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like someone who didn't know what a man was supposed to look like tried to put one together. The arms were too long. Its eyes glowed red. It was like a walking shadow. What did I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Davis McSturgis, David McSturgis, or Daniel McSturgis?
Oh, shit. I feel like it's Daniel.
Okay.
No. Davis.
Oh, and I was relatively certain it wasn't Davis.
Maybe it's David.
So which one is it? David, Daniel, or Davis?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Thank God.
I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholiest of forces. I thought I was going to be torn in half.
Hey.
But I had God on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell out of my shirt pocket, and to this day I can remember what passage it opened up to. Leviticus 2:5, Revelations 1:3, Ecclesiastes 12:7, or Austin 3:16.
Oh, fuck. Well, Austin's definitely not real.
That's right. That's from wrestling. That's Stone Cold Steve Austin's thing.
Oh, really?
Because it was I think it was Mark 3:16. Anyway, we'll go on this tangent for a second. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hart, and I believe for the King of the Ring tournament. And Austin beat Bret Hart after a long fight. And Bret, I think it was Bret, was always the one who was talking about the Bible, and I think it was Mark 3:16. And so Austin got up and cut a promo when he won King of the Ring, and he said, "You're always out here with your Bible talking about your Mark 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 says I just whooped your ass." And so that was like his super famous like thing. So yeah, it's definitely not Austin 3:16. You're right, but that's because that's what it is.
So should I pick that one because it's not one of the other ones? I mean, I feel like there's no way that someone in this crowd is not gonna know that that's not in the Bible.
Oh yeah, you don't pick the fake one because again, don't forget,
if I
right?
pick a real one, there's no way somebody's not gonna know. Well, I guess not.
I mean, so let's do what we know about the Bible. Again, Austin 3:16 is fake. We talked about that. Revelations is the last book of the Bible, and it talks about death and like rebirth and the end of the world.
Yeah.
So that's
that
not necessarily
makes sense for.
We're trying to stop a ghost. I don't know how Revelations makes sense.
No.
I don't know.
Death and the end of the world.
All right.
To stop a ghost that's
Yeah,
trying to drag somebody somewhere?
I'm not as confident with Leviticus and Ecclesiastes. I don't remember off the top of my head what those focus the most on.
Alright, let's pick Revelations and move on.
Okay. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. With a horrifying growl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground, exhausted. We were both covered in blood. That damn creature clawed into my chest, got me real good, had to get 16 stitches. Robert pulls down the collar of his shirt to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. And that's how I got this scar.
Hey.
I followed Georgia Mathers to the end of the earth. I followed Georgia Mathers to the ends of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room, but I'd never seen Georgia so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and Georgia shook my faith, but I came out of that experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Robert and I share an emotional hug.
Aw, awesome.
As he embraces me, I can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good.
Yeah.
I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book, Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural, Ice Road Ghost Truckers, I Saw a Demon, The Shocking True Story of Seeing a Demon, or The Bro's Guide to the Hottest Ghosts.
Oh my god, this sucks so much. Each one of these is terrible. Paranormal Excursions of the Supernatural, Ice Road Ghost Truckers.
Yeah.
He liked it.
A lot. Robert has to suppress a laugh at that one. All right, even I can see the holes in that story. Please leave.
Please leave.
Way to go, Peter. Robert sulks away from the tour group, and I follow him at a respectable distance. We almost had him. Almost. I think you might have overdone it in some portions of the story. Yeah. We arrive in front of Robert's house. Well, see you later. Robert hastily walks up the steps to his home after giving me a courtesy nod. He disappears into his house without looking back. Wow.
That's it.
I feel something in my cold black heart.
So we got under half on Proud Parent, less than, very little on History Channel, a little over half on Whiskey, under half or exactly half on Crime and Ghost Tour, and a lot on Real Talk. Knife Dad, achievement
I
unlocked.
didn't have any real talk. That's what I wanted to do.
Guess we'll find out. Phew! I think I have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's her car in the driveway. Okay, gotta act natural. Be cool, Peter. Be cool. Amanda walks through the door with a suspicious look on her face. Hey, Dad. Off to a good start. Something fishy? Rats. What? No. You asked too many questions, or sorry, sweetie, it's the feds.
You asked too many questions.
Who do you think you are, my daughter? For literally my entire life, yes. I'm kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you.
Dad.
Yeah, I can tell. You're very bad at lying.
Is it the wooden horse?
Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Father, it would fill my heart with glee. I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where I present lies. What? Where a present. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. It's nothing special, but I wanted to get you a little something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal about it, but... Aw, Dad, you... I dramatically whip the cloth off the table. Amanda's jaw drops.
Yeah.
No way! I figure you probably won't be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it might be nice to take a piece of home with you. A DVD box set of Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers? That's all 19 seasons!
Oh, God! Why are there so many?
And bonus material, including commentary with actual ghosts featured on the show. Dad, I love this. Thank you. She gives me a big hug. I'm glad you like it. Hey, you want to hang out with me in the backyard for a bit? Toss the old pigskin or something? Totally! I follow Amanda to the back door.
I never want to do anything with anyone that calls it an old pigskin.
The old pigskin? Amanda, what?
This is awesome.
You told me not to make a big deal, but you seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise! Dad, everyone's here! Well, yeah, everyone wanted to come and support you. Yeah. Is that a mac and cheese bar? Sure is. Fully customizable down to the type of mac. And there's an ice cream cake. The good kind with the crunchies in the middle. AKA the only kind that you can get at Carvel. They just don't have it without the crunchies. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything. Just go have fun with your pals, alright? I'm so proud of you, Amanda. Amanda smiles and runs to her friends. I should make the rounds and make sure everyone's having a good time. But first, mac and cheese. Peter, my dude! Pablo, how's the shirt business going? My bud, I got men's shirts, I got women's shirts, I got tank tops in a variety of sizes, shapes, and colors. Each one of them of fine quality, screen printed with the logo and visage of world-renowned witch house outfit, Vacant Veil. Purchasable at most respectable retailers.
Nice.
But more specifically, out of the trunk of my car. I'm also selling my mom's world-famous homemade apple butter.
Ooh.
Never stop hustling, Pablo. Baby, you got it. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. Listen, kid, you're gonna need some real-life skills out there if you're gonna make it out on the streets. Ew. Okay. I do not want Amanda learning anything from Mary at all. I'm going to college. Same thing. Look, I know you're not old enough to drink. Right. And I know you're smart enough not to drink until you're of legal age. Uh-huh. But hypothetically, if you were to drink, it'd behoove you to drink a glass of water between rounds. Got it. Ugh. Hypothetically. And if you wake up with a headache, all you gotta do is take a jar of pickles and drink the pickle juice.
Ew.
You're gonna be fine. What's going on here? Girl talk? Mary turns back to Amanda. Now, let me tell you how to deal with a bad roommate. First thing to know, you get straight A's if they die during the semester.
Oh my god.
That was absolutely a rumor that went around my college. In college. It was, looking back on it, really not okay.
No. It's not.
Mary! Relax, it's a myth. Huh? Supposedly. Against my better judgment, I leave them be. Peter! Brian, you made it! Ha! I don't pass up on good Mac! What do you think of the party? It's not bad. Just not bad? Yeah, it's not bad. Don't let him bait you. Don't let him bait you. Thank you for the lovely compliment. Sure thing, pal. Say, let me know if you ever want to head out on the lake. I'd be happy to pull you out of the drink again.
Nope.
Deep breaths. Daisy trots up. Hi, Amanda's dad. Hey, Brian's daughter. See? See how that feels? That's incredible. This is a really great party. Thanks so much for inviting us. You're very welcome, tiny child who knows how to pay a compliment. Brian and I lock eyes. This isn't over. are. Hey, bro. Bro.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is a real
definitely
rager.
The end of the game.
It is, yeah. This is a real rager, taking our older age into consideration. I'm trying to be in bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Don't let me get too wild.
Hey!
Don't worry, dude. I'll keep an eye on your fruit punch intake. You know, I'm really glad we're bros again. Let's hit the gym sometime soon, huh? Sure thing, dude. Briar and Hazel peek out behind Craig. Hi, little ones. Hello. Hiya. Thank you for all that ice cream cake.
Oh.
Wait, girls, how much of that did you eat? Briar ate 4 pieces. Ask any witness. No, I didn't. Hazel ate 4 pieces and wants to pin it on me because we look alike. That sounds real.
Yeah.
I have your face. No one will ever believe you. Oh, boy. I'll let you guys figure this out. River's so cute, though.
Yeah.
Good seeing you, Craig. Let's hang soon, yeah?
Hey!
Totally. Tell Amanda congrats for us. She's at the party. You tell her yourself. What the hell? That's super impersonal.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm at this party for Amanda, but I'm going to talk to you for a couple minutes and then just tell you to tell her congratulations, and then I guess we'll leave.
Yeah.
Looks like you've settled into this neighborhood quite nicely. Yep. Couldn't ask for a better cul-de-sac. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully, we'll see you more at church events. We got a big schedule planned for the rest of the year. I'm sure the kids would love to see your dance moves again. Sure thing, Joseph. And maybe if you aren't doing anything later, we could hang out sometime. Sure, Joseph, that'd be great. Well, see you later. Hugo comes up to me with a plate of mac and cheese.
Hey!
The perfect cheddar to mac ratio. Beautiful work, Peter. Thanks, Hugo. You know, I'm really pleased to see Amanda going to her dream school. I'm glad she turned it around for finals. Me too. That scholarship money will really help.
Yeah.
Amanda walks by and pretends to not see Hugo. Amanda, come say hi to your old teacher. Hey! Congratulations on graduating. I know you're going to do great things at art school. Haha, yeah, thanks! Amanda starts to back away. Wait, I just realized that you're not my teacher anymore, so I don't have to be afraid of talking to you. You no longer hold power over me.
Oh my
Hey.
god.
You're right. Go forth, adult. I can no longer give you detention. Yeah, I'm gonna break anything I want, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh god.
Are you still mad about that time I gave you detention for breaking my globe? Nope.
Oh!
And I'll have you know that the globe didn't even fit through the basketball hoop in the first place, so she'll fit into college just fine.
That seems right.
Hey, man. Matt. Let me know when Amanda leaves for college. I'll have a fresh batch of banana bread Kennedys ready for her. Thank you. I know she'll love that. What a splendid garden party. My deepest thanks for extending an invitation to my son and I. This icebox cake is divine.
Oh my god.
Icebox cake?
Jesus.
What the hell, Damien?
That was terrible.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Good cake. Thanks for coming by.
Pretty.
Yeah, awesome. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat next to Robert. The sun is setting, and everyone seems to have eaten their fill. Hey. Hey. I haven't heard from you in a bit. How've you been? Oh, I'm great. Never better. So did you talk to Val? The hell is Val? Is it his daughter?
I guess.
Robert sighs and readjusts himself. You know, Peter, I don't speak to my own dad that often. Had a falling out with him years ago. Don't even remember what it was about. All I know is that me and him, we just don't see eye to eye. I mind my business, he minds his. I get a Christmas card from him every other year, and I check in with him if a tropical storm ever hits his villa. What I'm trying to say is that I turned out fine.
Oh.
Robert, you didn't talk to her? It's like you said, life is full of pain. He places a hand on my thigh.
Oh.
This is all that matters. I instinctively pull back, A wave of guilt rushes over me. Robert, no. It's not that simple. I can't believe you didn't even try. Yeah, I think we missed something in our dates with him.
Yeah, I guess if we get enough of the black orb things,
He just bails on
skip a
us.
section of the date.
Wow. Yeah, and yet it somehow ends the game with us talking about this thing that we never did.
Yeah.
So weird.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah. You owed that to her. How do you think she feels knowing that her own father didn't even think she was worth having a relationship with? You don't know me. Yes, I do. You're a bad person.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Hey,
And you fell for me. So what does that make you? Robert gets up. You know, it's funny how you were so willing to look past this when it meant you could get laid. Yeah, we missed a lot.
Yeah.
He walks away, leaving me alone on the bench, alone with my thoughts. Amanda and I wave bye to the partygoers as they leave. We sit together and watch the sun slowly dip below the horizon. I'm glad you made some friends. Yeah. I know that's maybe not what you were looking for, but these people care about you. I love you, Dad. We'll always have each other. You're right. It's going to be hard at first, but this is the next chapter in our story. And I'd be nervous about it, but I know that you're always going to be looking out for me, the same way I'll always be looking out for you. Team Goku?
Yeah.
Team Goku. Wow. Yeah, that was a really interesting ending.
That was like fucked up.
Wow.
Like, what happened?
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, well, hey, listen, we can go back.
I
Erika Ishii, I know her. That's awesome. Aaron was Joseph. Okay. Brian was Quizmaster Quinn. Dan was Robert, we knew that. Okay. I'm not familiar with everybody else, but that was awesome.
Susie.
Oh, where was she? I missed it.
Well, it said Burhoff. Is that her last name?
I don't remember. I guess she didn't take Aaron's last name? I don't recall. Yeah. Still, that's awesome. Okay, so interesting. We're not done with this series. Don't worry.
No.
It's not a finale. We'll have to come back to it. That was weird.
That was not a good way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back in and things a little bit more the way I'd like to. I
Yeah,
think.
we missed a lot, I feel like. That was crazy. Okay. I mean, first of all, this music is amazing. If nobody has known that about Amy and I, we jam to this music every time it comes on.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. Dream Daddy performed by Baths, written by Will Weisenfeld, or yeah, ASCAP, courtesy of Anticon. Okay. Props to them, it was awesome. Okay. Oh. Ballad of a Fallen Dad, written and performed by Dr. Brian Wecht. That's so
Nice.
cool. Okay. So if people are unaware of who Game Grumps are, they are a fellow YouTube channel of ours, and I say that with the utmost respect, especially comparing our fan size. But I've been watching Game Grumps since they first started way back in the day, back when it was Aaron and John. And
There are people who know who we are, but not who Game Grumps are.
hey, look, there's a possibility. Hey, look, a game from Game Grumps. Did you know Game Grumps made this game? If you don't know who Game Grumps are. Anyway, yeah, they're a YouTube channel. You should check them out. They're great. They're hilarious. But I've watched them for a long time, and they're cool. I really enjoy them. I remember them talking about when they made this game. I think I've seen them play this game. I think, Amy, you and I both saw Markiplier play a little bit of this game,
Yeah.
but not a lot. We watched like a couple of episodes of his
Yeah,
playthrough,
it was
and
like,
I think he went after Craig, if I recall correctly.
yeah.
But yeah,
But I think he then realized that he was Craig. Yeah, I feel like one of the episodes that we watched, he was like, oh, like, I want to go for Craig. And then he, like, ended up saying that the that he learned that the reason why he went for Craig is because he was Craig, and he had like some sort of existential crisis in that moment. And I was like, no, that seems cool.
So yeah, this was a very odd ending. I definitely did not like it, because it really was like, hey, here's almost everything we talked about was nothing that we had discussed or come across, and so it was very not great. So we will come back to this. Like I said, tune in next week. We will try to go back to just before we picked Robert there at the end for the third date, and we'll either go on a second date with Damien or Hugo, or a third and final date with any of the other dads to see if we can get like a respectable ending. And we will leave that decision for Amy for later, not for now. But we'll fix this. Don't you worry. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed. Please let us know your thoughts about how that ended down in the comments below. I do love the just the whole reveal of like the party for her and graduating from high school. I thought that was really cute. But yeah, otherwise it didn't work out as well as we wanted. And hey, sometimes that happens, and that's what save scumming is for. Amy, if you're unaware of what save scumming is, it's when you just save consistently, often, and you do it like incrementally. So if there are save slots, you save in slot 1, and then the next time you save save in slot 2.
What is a save slot?
Let's see if I can show you. If we click continue, look at them all. So you can load from here, from here, from here. Now these are all auto saves, right? But if we scroll down, these are the regular saves. So we would basically next time load from here, which is dad mode, right? Because otherwise it says Peter, Robert date 3, Robert date 3, etc. So yeah, we would load from here. But save scumming is the game saved it here, we saved it here, and we saved it here. And it gives the dates. So, hey, we dated this. You're welcome. But regardless, and the times as well. But we can load from anywhere. But save scumming is where you have a save slot. And so you save in that slot, and then the next time you can save, you save in a different slot. So that if you don't like the result from save point A to save point B, you can go back to save point A and do it again differently. So that's what save scumming is. And so here it helped us out quite a bit, because now we're going to be able to go back in and deal with this dad book stuff, which we will do next time. But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Mimi.
To find out exactly when that next video comes out, spoilers, it will be a week from when this video comes out, please feel free to subscribe and ring that bell to be notified at exactly what time that video comes out as well. Again, please feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments, chat with us and your fellow commenters. We would really appreciate it. We hope they will as well. Any and all support that you are willing to give us really does help, because, as Amy properly alluded to, Game Grumps is a nice big YouTube channel and we are very small. So people probably know who Game Grumps are and don't necessarily know who we are, but going through all those metrics and stuff and commenting and liking and sharing and all that, it helps us out really, really a lot. So we really do appreciate it. And we want you to do it if you enjoy it. We're not asking you to just, whatever, welcome to the video, like it immediately, don't even watch it. Like, we want you to enjoy the stuff that we're doing, and if you have constructive criticism, we're always open to that as well. But, as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.